Broadcasting live from Dar es Salaam, this is Tbc News, our top stories. Samia terms the late Mafuru exemplary, honors his service. Tanzania reiterates commitment to global health security.
In the National Laboratory and Biosafety and Biosecurity Guideline, the National Action Plan for Health and Security.
Good evening, I am Teddy Mparanyanga. You can also follow us live via YouTube channel TBC Online and also get all the latest news through our Instagram, Facebook and X pages at TBC Online. President Samia Suluhu Hassan calls on Tanzanians to unite and use their skills and knowledge to contribute to the development of the nation as part of honoring of the former Executive Secretary of the Planning Commission, the late Lawrence Mafuru. President Samia made the call in Dar es Salaam when she led mourners to bid farewell to the body of the late Lawrence Mafuru, who died on November 9th this year while being treated in India. Here's a report by Henry Mabumo, read by Faidan Gaga.
Government leaders and other citizens are here at Karimjee grounds in Dar es Salaam to pay their last respect to the late Lawrence Mafuru. President Samia Suluhu Hassan describes the late Lawrence Mafuru as exemplary, who dedicated himself to the nation.
Lawrence Mafuru ni mmoja wa mashujaa.
Lawrence Mafuru is one of our nation's heroes. He worked diligently and with great professionalism in the private sector and the public sector. He has left a remarkable legacy. I am glad that during his lifetime, I had a chance to tell him how happy I was with his performance. Then she highlights what made him instrumental to the nation, executing his national duties with great humility. We faced some challenges in the implementation of some construction projects, and I called on a meeting in Zanzibar. I asked him to advise me as if he were president. He then stood up with great humility. He told me he's not the president and hasn't even thought about becoming the president. But all the while, he gave us his contribution, which helped to solve the challenge that was present. Earlier, the Minister of State, President's Office, Planning and Investment, Professor Kitila Mkumbo, said the late Lawrence Mafuru was one of the key figures in the economic and finance sector.
He was operating the Planning Commission in a way that it would operate like corporate organization would operate. And Honorable President, we shall work on that to make sure it operates like how he envisioned it. The meaning of life is not measured by how long you have lived, but rather the quality of life you have lived. You should live a life that will touch the lives of many. Honorable President, would like to thank you and the world government for helping Lawrence in the difficult times that he was sick. I witnessed him getting the best medical services until the end of his life.
Deputy Prime Minister and the Minister of Energy says since 2015, Tanzania has been committed to the global health security agenda and has been at the forefront to accelerate the implementation of international health regulations to prevent spread of infectious diseases. He made the remarks during the 14th Catholic University of Health and Allied Sciences Bugando Annual International Scientific Conference on the Global Health Security in Mwanza region. Antonia Kivaria has more details.
Global health security aims at preventing outbreaks, detecting threats early and responding rapidly. It also advocates for applying One Health approach, preventing epidemics and pandemics. The Deputy Prime Minister and the Minister of Energy, Dr. Biteko, says Tanzania remains committed to the initiatives in 2023-2024.
Tanzania committed to the Global Health Security Agenda Initiative and accelerate the implementation of international health regulation to prevent infectious disease from spreading globally. Tanzania progress in this regard is highlighted in the 2023 by joint external evaluation evaluation, which demonstrated a substantial progress in a number of efforts. The efforts included updating the guideline and action plans, for instance, the National Laboratory and Biosafety and Biosecurity Guideline, the National Action Plan for Health and Security Agenda, the One Health Strategic Plan of 2022 through 2027, and the National Action Plan for Antimicrobial Resistance of 2023-2028, emphasizing interdisciplinary workforce development and fostering multi-sectoral engagement.
On the other hand, the Deputy Minister of Education, Omar Kapanga, says the transformation in the education sector and the involvement of private and public sector in the education sector has paved the way to the progress and changes in the health sector.
From the government led by Her Excellency President Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan for strengthening the private and the public sectors, particularly in education and healthcare. For example, through higher education for economic transformation (EET project, the government is enhancing higher education and supporting public-private partnership, including scholarships for health science staff of Catholic University of Health and Allied Sciences.
The Vice Chancellor of the Catholic University of Health and Allied Science, Professor Ramos Kamugisha, hails the government's commitment towards global health security, insisting his university will continue to produce competitive and health professionals.
The theme of this conference is One Health, which underscores the interconnectedness of human, animal, and environmental health that affects the local, regional, national, and global levels to achieve optimal health outcomes. In a period where pandemics, zoonotic diseases, and environmental degradation pose significant threats, collaboration across disciplines is not just beneficial, but it is essential.
More than 450 health stakeholders are practicing in the conference, exploring best ways to boost the ability of the countries to prevent, detect, and respond to infectious diseases threat. Antonia Kivaria, TBC News.
The Minister of Health, Janisa Magama, says Tanzania will continue to champion the provision of quality services in the health sector through science and technology that helps to advance healthcare systems for Tanzania. She made the remarks during the opening of the 4th Tanzania Digital Health and Innovation Forum in Dar es Salaam.
The government has procured and installed 13 MRI machines, 45 CT scan machines, 346 digital X-ray machines, 668 ultrasound services, that enabling provision of specialized diagnostic services, but furthermore all national, regional, and district hospitals and several primary health facilities have been connected with electronic medical record system.
On the other hand, some stakeholders in the health sector explain the importance of technology in providing health services to citizens.
Digitalization also raises important ethical questions about information security, the processing of personal data, and citizens' right to privacy. It's of the highest importance to work across sectors to address these challenges, and therefore public-private partnerships, PPPs, are crucial.
We will keep supporting the students. We have established the Innovation Hub at MOAS, where students can bring their ideas, and we have provided, we have established the mentorship program where they can be mentored and be able to develop their ideas.
The exhibition is more important, as we can see that all partners, private and the public partners, are coming together for the innovation. So by coming together, all of us, I'm sure that we'll have the better health intervention, and also will achieve the universal health coverage in the future with the real data from these innovations.
The 4th Tanzania Digital Health and Innovation Forum will last for 2 days, where various health stakeholders will showcase various technological equipment and health services offered by various local public and private institutions. And on to the next news, the completion and the construction of the Regional Integration ICT Center at the Dar es Salaam Institute of Technology, DIT, has bolstered capacity building of teachers on various issues, including cybersecurity. Emmanuel Samuel has more.
The remarks have been made by the coordinator of the project, Dr. Joseph Matiko, after receiving delegation from the World Bank, insisting that in the implementation of the project, more than 40 curriculum have been reviewed, putting Tanzania on the world map in providing ICT professionals with practical skills.
We know security is very critical. Now businesses are going online. We need to have experts that are specializing in cybersecurity and cyber defense. And these facilities will be basically used for training the professionals from the industry, but also for training our students to become more skillful and competent. So far, we have increased the enrollment to about 1,500. We have increased the number of female student enrollments. Now we are at about 25%.
The Director of Technical Education from the Ministry of Science and Technology Education, who is also the national coordinator of the project, says the third goal of the project is to build better relations with other countries.
And like we said, the objective of this project is to increase access. Increasing access is also having these facilities available so that the teaching and learning process can continue. So we have urged them, and we are closely following up to make sure that they complete this project on time.
Some of the DIT instructors and students expressed their satisfaction with the ongoing education transformation and improvements at the institute.
Since the start of Design Studio, let's say in the year 2019, we have able to create startups for students. These startups are run by students, and the students employs other students, such that we have one called Plus Life, which is now in the process of commercialization and testing. The Plus Life company created a solution for neonates by creating a bubble CPAP machine to support the baby's breathing. But this year we have two companies. Another one is Tbcnews, Swahili Tbcnews, where they created a solution for 3D printing. Whereas they create a machine, they do training to either lower level or higher level in manufacturing of different stuff using the 3D printer.
This studio has helped us a lot in doing our projects in our study life here in Dar es Salaam Institute of Technology. The student has a lot of resources. It has a lot of devices, components that help students to encounter their projects, to encounter their working practically, and it enables them to understand better and better.
More than 32 billion have been allocated for the implementation of the project to shape the development of IT sector in the country. Reporting from Dar es Salaam, Emmanuel Samuel, TBC News.
As the world observes World Diabetes Day, citizens are encouraged to monitor their health regularly as one of a way to combat non-communicable diseases, including diabetes. Speaking with TBC News, Dr. Nuriel Robert Kitumari discusses the leading causes of non-communicable diseases, emphasizing the impact of lifestyle choices on conditions like diabetes.
We really want to encourage every Tanzanian to remember checking your health regularly, knowing your blood pressure, knowing your sugar level, knowing your mental status, and actually abstaining from the use of any form of the substances, such as alcohol, a common used substance. In fact, substance use like alcohol and cigarette are escalating the rise in number of the non-communicable diseases. So despite the fact that some of conditions are heritable, that you get from your genetic lineage, from your ancestors, but some of these conditions, majority, are due to lifestyle. For example, there are some lifestyles which can make you prone getting diabetes, whether you have genetic history or the family history or you don't have. Like having a pure sedentary life, driving every time, being in the office all the time, that makes your body inactive. When you are inactive for a long time, you are at the risk of the high cholesterol in your body. You are at higher risk of the blood pressure being high. You are at the higher risk of getting diabetes.
The Parliamentary Public Investments Committee says the performance of the Standard Gauge Railway project has been satisfactory after successfully collecting more than 20 billion shillings since the launch. The chairman of the committee, Buma Gaston, made the remarks during committee's visit to the project, insisting that the government plans to buy more freight wagons to increase revenue and enhance the efficiency of the project.
In railway transportation, often the revenue from passengers is only a small percentage. It is usually like 20%, 80% often comes from cargo transportation. TRC has planned to start transporting goods in January or February by this railway.
Furthermore, the chairperson of the committee adds that TRC should invest more in innovation and technology to deal with acts of vandalism which sabotage the progress of the project. On the other hand, the Deputy Minister of Transport, David Kihanzila, has urged the TRC to finalize the construction of the remaining phases as soon as possible.
They have given suggestions on how to speed up the remaining routes, and this comes after the Dar es Salaam to Dodoma route has been completed with a great success so that Tanzanians can start to gain the benefits.
The 2,300-kilometer project, costing about 27 trillion Tanzanian shillings, makes it the longest railway network in Africa and the 5th in the world. The University of Health and Allied Sciences, MUHAS, in collaboration with the Sweden International Government Agency, SIDA, has signed a partnership agreement to facilitate training and research in Tanzania for master's and PhD students. Speaking after the signing agreement, the acting vice chancellor to MUHAS, Professor Polinari Kamuhabwa, assessed that Tanzania and Sweden have historical relations which date back since 1980, so the 12 billion agreement is a continuation of the strong ties.
So we are receiving a grant, which is about 52 million Swedish krona. If you translate that in Tanzanian shillings, we are talking about 12 point something billion Tanzanian shillings for the period of 6 years. Among these, about 36 million Swedish krona will be dispersed directly to MUHAS, and the remaining will be at ISP to support the students and our collaborators. So we believe this kind of funding, we are going to train a number of PhDs and masters according to the program that we have developed.
On the other hand, the ambassador of Sweden to Tanzania, Charlotte Ozaki, says the cooperation is part of improving the health systems in Tanzania, while the board chairman, Professor Harrison Mwakyembe, and the deputy principal of the Department of Research vows to oversee the implementation of the intended projects.
We at the embassy, we look forward to collaborating with MUHAS on a new phase, which is also the final phase of Swedish support to MUHAS. It has been agreed that MUHAS will now develop an exit strategy that includes both the university's own financial resources and also seeking opportunities for external funding after the phase out. And we would like to collaborate with MUHAS to continue to make known the good results of the research achieved here.
Research, Your Excellency, has strengthened the learning and teaching process at MUHAS, and it has enabled MUHAS really to come up with a number of solutions afflicting the health area in our country. So thank you very much for coming. Really, I appreciate to see you here and for your continued collaboration with the University of Health and Allied Sciences. So thank you very much, and all the best, MUHAS, in implementing what we signed here today.
We are going to implement every inch of the words that we put in the agreement, in the proposal, and we hope that it will further our institutional capacity, and we are looking forward to even build a stronger army of scientists in Tanzania, because through this we not only benefit MUHAS but all other institutions that we work together in the country to build their capacity and to build the research portfolio, the research landscape of the country. Through this, we expect to train more high-level scientists, not only at MUHAS but also across the institutions in Tanzania. And we pledge our
citizens' perceptions of the state of the economy indicates 70% of citizens are satisfied with the country's current economic condition. Speaking about the citizens' perceptions of the state of the economy and the livelihood survey, the Director of Research and Training of Research and Poverty Alleviation, REPOA, Dr. Lucas Kotera, says the study involved a total of 2,400 adults and reveals that a majority of Tanzanians believe the country is going in the right direction and the government is handling the economy well.
In the last survey, 54% of the citizens perceive that they are high poverty, currently 38%. So you can see that there has been improvement. And of course, we are trying to ask ourselves, where are the improvements? And we are looking at the government performance in different aspects: economic management, building bridges, addressing poverty, ensuring gender equality.
The survey was done under the REPOA in collaboration with Afrobarometer in the period of June and July this year, where the results of the study will help decision makers to further improve the areas that need more improvements. Among the areas that need further improvements include inflation, job creation, health and education sectors. A few days left before the local government elections, speaking with TBC News, some residents of Dar es Salaam have expressed their commitment to participate in the upcoming elections.
This is Dar es Salaam city, and most of the people in this city, they use business activities as the mode of improving their economic status. Apart from having those business activities on 27th November this year, most of Tanzanians across different regions here in Tanzania are expected to vote for their leaders. But what are the advantages of the Tanzanians to show up for the local government election this year?
We have planned to show up and choose the best leaders for our development. We'll make sure that we choose the best leaders with the right qualities.
Natamani kuchagua kiongozi ambaye ninaona ana sifa zinazostahili. Nimejipanga kupiga kura.
I'll go to vote for a leader who will bring development and solidarity. As a young man, I have responsibility to vote for the wider interest of my nation.
Few weeks remains before local government election for the year 2024. Almost 30 million people are expected to vote for their leaders, and most of the Tanzanians are confident enough to show up for the local government election this year. I'm Peter Mganga, TBC News, Dar es Salaam.
In case you missed any of our stories, remember you can always go to our YouTube channel at TBC Online and watch anytime, anywhere around the globe. Now let us take a look at today's exchange rates according to the Bank of Tanzania, BOT. Don't miss TBC News every weekday to know all the latest in exchange rates. Time now for all the latest in sports news. In sports news, Taifa Stars acting head coach Hamed Morocco says his team is now equipped with tactics to defeat their rivals Ethiopia in the upcoming CAF Africa Cup of Nations AFCON 2025 qualifying match to be played in Addis Ababa on Saturday. The acting head coach believes that Tanzania still has the chance to qualify to the CAF Africa Cup of Nations, and they're eager to win their next important matches against Ethiopia and Guinea.
We believe that all players are in good condition, and we believe that we'll perform well.
Taifa Stars have 4 points after playing 4 matches and is in the 3rd place in Group H, while their rival Ethiopia have only 1 point. Stars has to win 2 matches in hand to qualify for CAF Africa Cup of Nations AFCON 2025. President of Tanzania Artists Association Ali Mjata urges the government to increase the number of art officers in the regions so they can educate artists instead of banning their artworks. President Mjata believes that if artists are well educated on how to produce their artworks according to Tanzanian tradition, that will bring development to the sector and the country.
There is a big difference in this film. It combines many elements. There is revenge, love, but also the aspect of religion and how it has changed people's lives.
That is sports news. And now, before we conclude the news bulletin for tonight, let us take a look at the weather forecast for the next 24 hours.
Good evening to your viewer. Welcome to the weather forecast for the next 24 hours, starting tonight at 9 p.m. From the Meteorological Authority, my name is Ramadan Omari. Wind is expected to flow at 20 kilometers per hour over the entire coast, Lake Victoria and Lake Tanganyika, while over Lake Nyasa, wind speed is expected to reach 30 kilometers per hour. And the state of the sea is expected to be slight. Rainfall models are showing signal of rainfall over some areas of our country, especially along Lake Victoria Basin, western part of our country, and the coastal areas. And tonight, areas along Lake Victoria Basin and the Kigoma region are expected to feature partly cloudy conditions, thunderstorms over a few areas. And the remaining regions are expected to feature partly cloudy conditions. And tomorrow, areas along Lake Victoria Basin, Kigoma and the Katavi regions are expected to feature partly cloudy conditions, thunder showers over a few areas and sun periods. While over the northeastern highland, coastal areas, Morogoro region, we are expecting to feature partly cloudy conditions, light rain showers over a few areas and sun period. Also, in Rukwa, Songwe, Mbeya, Njombe, and the Ruvuma regions, also we are expected to feature partly cloudy conditions, light rain showers over a few areas and sun periods. And the remaining regions are expected to feature partly cloudy conditions and sun periods. And now, let's have a look on the next weather forecast over some regions of our country. In Dar es Salaam, light rains are expected in few areas. In the Dodoma region, maximum temperature is expected to be 31 up to 32 degrees. In Mbeya, maximum temperature is expected to be 27 up to 28 degrees. In Mwanza, thunder showers are expected in a few areas. In Kilimanjaro, light rains are expected in a few areas. And in Morogoro region, we are expecting sun periods, and maximum temperature is expected to be 32 up to 34 degrees. And in Arusha region, light rain is expected in a few areas. From the Tanzania Meteorological Authority, that is all for today. Thank you for watching and goodbye.
And that marks the end of our news bulletin for tonight. Do not miss our next bulletin in Kiswahili at 11 p.m. On behalf of the whole team, I am Teddy Mparanyanga. Have a lovely, lovely night.
Ni katika kituo cha afya cha Itagano ambapo huduma za afya zimeendelea kuratibiwa katika kituo hiki, ambapo awali wananchi wa eneo hili la Itagano walilazimika kwenda umbali mrefu kwa maana ya katikati ya jiji kufuata huduma hii. Hapa tunazungumza na baadhi ya wananchi wanaotumia kituo hiki. Wamepokeaje ujenzi wa kituo hiki na huduma za kibingwa zilizoanza kutolewa katika hospitali hii? Haya ndio wanayozungumza.
Majina naitwa Zainabu Asita Ngole. Mimi nashukuru, kwanza kabisa namshukuru mbunge wetu Tulia Ackson Mwansasu pamoja na diwani pamoja na mama yetu Samia kutuletea kituo cha afya Itagano. Namshukuru sana kwa sababu ni mtoto wangu wa kwanza ni huyu hapa Goodluck, nilijifungulia mkoani. Sasa hivi nashukuru kutuletea kituo cha afya. Tulikuwa tunajifanyia hapa operation, vyote matibabu yote tutakuwa tunapata hapa. Nashukuru sana.
Kwa majina naitwa Abiudi Maswali Mwajanga Mwanzamale, ni mkazi wa Itagano. Kwa nyuma hapo tulikuwa ni umbali kutoka Itagano kwenda hospitali kama za Kanda Rufaa, Meta, Mkoani. Kwa sasa hivi kwa kupata kituo cha afya cha Itagano, uangalau kidogo umbali umetupunguzia. Kwa sasa hivi wamama wanajifungulia hapa, ambapo mama ambaye ameshindwa kujifungulia hapa kwa muda wa nyuma alikuwa anapelekwa mjini. Kwa sasa hivi kwa vile tunapata matumaini kwamba vifaa vyote vimekuja, japo sisi hatuna uhakika kwamba vifaa tunavyo vimeshafika tayari, lakini ambavyo ndio hivi sasa leo wanasema wanakuja kuvizindua ili wakina mama wage wana operation wage unafanywa hapa. Kwa hilo mimi nashukuru. Kwa mama yangu Samia, namwambia aendelee kutukumbuka ambao tuko pembezoni ya miji. Ndio neno langu la mwisho, ndio hilo.
Hii ya kwanza tulikuwa tunapata Mkoani, saa hizi tunapata hapa. Mtoto wa kwanza nilizalia Mkoani, wa pili nilizalia hapa kata ya Itagano. Tunawashukuru sana, tena tunasema ongezee kutufariji watoto wake wa kata ya Itagano. Usafiri tulikuwa tunatumia vichanja zamani, unatupeleka hadi Mkoani, na uli kama ni bodaboda, kama ni bajaji 20, 25. Sasa hizi hatuendi sehemu yoyote, tunapasiliwa hapa.
Majina naitwa Dativa Alon Sikawenga, ni mkazi wa Itagano. Tunamshukuru mama yetu Samia pamoja na Tulia Ackson Mwansasu pamoja na diwani kutukumbuka watoto wake kwamba tupo vijijini pembezoni huku. Tunashukuru kwa kutuletea huduma ya afya, maana zamani tulikuwa tunatumia umbali kwenda Mkoani, Rufaa, Meta. Kwa tunashukuru kwa saizi kwa kutuletea huduma ya afya kwa ajili ya kujifungulia wa mama hapa. Kwa sababu mimi mtoto wangu wa kwanza nilikuja hapa, lakini alikuwa anasumbua, lakini wakaniambia niende Meta, nikaenda Meta. Lakini mtoto wangu wa pili nimejifungulia hapa. Tunamshukuru mama yetu kwa kutukumbuka. Asante.
Kwa majina naitwa Leonia Laston Mbalamwezi. Kwa changamoto tunachokipata kwenye kituo chetu cha Itagano, changamoto kuhusia dawa hatupati kwa ufasaha. Kwa mfano kama mimi, mtoto wa kwanza nilijifungulia pale Mkoani. Nilikuja hapa wakasema nenda mjini. Nikaenda pale Mkoani, nikafanywa operation. Kwa watoto wote watatu nimefanywa operation pale Mkoani. Kwa sasa nina imani hata nikija hapa kwenye kituo chetu cha afya hapa Itagano, naweza kupata huduma zote zinazohitajika, kwa dawa zote naweza kupata. Asante.
Ya wataalamu ambao wamepokea kwa mara ya kwanza upasuaji na kufanikisha kuzaliwa kwa mtoto, wanazungumzia namna gani ambapo kituo hiki kinakwenda kutoa huduma hizi za kibingwa kwa mama wa Itagano pamoja na vijiji jirani.
Jina naitwa Akwina Mtweve. Mimi ni mratibu wa afya ya uzazi na mtoto halmashauri ya jiji la Mbeya. Kwa ujumla niseme namshukuru sana Mungu kwa huduma hizi ambazo zimefanyika leo, huduma ya upasuaji kwa mteja wetu wa kwanza kabisa, kituo cha Itagano. Tumekuwa na shauku kubwa ya kuona kwamba huduma hizi zinaanza, na leo hatimaye imekuwa. Ujenzi umeanza muda mrefu kidogo, lakini hapa na pale tumekamilisha ujenzi na leo tumeanza huduma rasmi. Tunajua kabisa huduma za upasuaji ni muhimu sana, hasa kwa kina mama ambao wamepata uzazi pingamizi. Kwa hiyo kwa kituo cha Itagano imekuwa ni changamoto kubwa sana, wakipata mama ambaye ana uzazi pingamizi kutoka Itagano kufika mjini ni kilomita nyingi. Kwa hiyo huduma zimesogezwa Itagano. Kwa hiyo tunaamini tutakuwa tumepunguza sana vifo vitokanavyo na uzazi na watoto wachanga. Hayo ni mafanikio makubwa sana kwa Itagano. Tunamshukuru sana Mama Samia, rais wetu, ambaye ameweza kumjali sana mama na mtoto na baba pia. Ndio.
Milioni 500 zitokanazo na tozo za miamala ya simu kwa ajili ya ujenzi wa kituo hiki cha afya Itagano. Pia tunamshukuru rais wetu Dr. Samia Hassan Suluhu kwa kutupatia tena kiasi cha fedha shilingi milioni 300 kwa ajili ya manunuzi ya vifaa tiba ili kuweza kutoa huduma za upasuaji. Pia tunamshukuru mbunge wetu na spika wa Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania Mheshimiwa Dr. Tulia Ackson kwa kutupambania kupata fedha za ujenzi wa kituo hiki na vifaa tiba kutoka serikali kuu. Lakini pia tunakushukuru Mheshimiwa kwa kutupatia matenki kwa fedha zako mwenyewe. Na
wa Itagano, Mwasekwa na vijiji vyote vinavyozunguka kijiji hiki au hospitali hii waweze kujua huduma zile za msingi za mama na mtoto za upasuaji zimesogezwa kabisa Itagano. Kwa hiyo wasogee kwenye kituo, watapata huduma. Tuna madaktari bingwa, tuna vifaa, kila kitu kinapatikana.
Katika mkutano wa hadhara pia tumeweza kuzungumza na mkurugenzi wa halmashauri ya jiji la Mbeya, ambaye yeye ameweza kuzungumzia kwa namna gani wameweza kujenga vituo hivi pamoja na vituo vingine, lakini akigusia swala zima la utoaji huduma za kibingwa katika maeneo mbalimbali ya jiji hili la Mbeya.
Nimefarijika pia mimi kwa sababu alinikimbiza nimalize kituo hiki kwa kutekeleza wajibu wangu, lakini imekuwa jambo jema yeye mwenyewe kuwepo wakati jambo hili likifanyika. Tumebadilisha madaktari hapa, tumebadilisha wahudumu hapa, nadhani na nyinyi mmeona. Tumeleta watu wenye kauli njema walio tayari kutoa huduma kwa ajili ya wana